Hello and welcome back. This is your second lesson in business management, and today we are going to be focusing on the factors of production. Our learning intention is to be able to explore the factors of production and how they contribute to business success. And our success criteria is that you can describe the 4 factors of production. You'll be able to understand how the factors of production combine together to produce a business, and you'll be able to understand that entrepreneurs take risks to combine these factors of production and therefore make their successful business. An entrepreneur is someone who successfully combines the factors of production in order to make their business idea a success. An entrepreneur often takes calculated risks, and this is what makes them stand out between you or I. You'll notice that there's a pencil in the corner of this slide, so please make sure that you're copying this down. Looking at the first factor of production is land. These are the natural resources that are extracted for business use. Examples of this would be the plot of land itself where the factory goes on, coal, wood, oil, that sort of thing. The reward for land is rent. Moving on to the second factor of production, this is labour. The labour is the workforce of the business, so your employees in other words. So examples could be human resources, the operation workers that perhaps work the machinery, and the reward for labour is wages. So obviously when you go to work, you want to be paid for your hard work. The third factor of production is capital. Now capital is the man-made resources, in other words the assets of the business. So examples could be money, so finance, tools, machinery and equipment, so none of it's natural. And the reward for capital is interest. And last but not least, we have enterprise. This is the idea for the business. The entrepreneur will use land, labour and capital to achieve their business idea, whether it be producing a good or a service, and the reward for enterprise is profit. So please make sure that you pause this and make sure you've copied down all the notes before moving on. You could look at it this way. So the land, which is like the grass on the floor, is the natural resource that the business uses. The capital is like the bike, so something that a human has had to make their business go further. Labour is the workers, or in this case, the employee pushing the bike forward, and enterprise is the idea that the person has, or the vision. We are now going to move on to our first task, which is the factors of production case study. So you're going to do part 1 and part 2 of this case study. I'll bring this up just now. It will look like so. For part 1, you have a few ways to do this. It says highlight, either with a highlighter or underline with a pencil, examples of each factors of production in this case study. So you have to read through it, and every time you see something that's a factor of production, you're going to highlight it. So if you're doing this on Word, you could just simply use the highlight button, or you could rewrite it out and underline if you don't want to use Word. Giving you the first answer there. And then your second part, if you scroll down, is that if you were to make a list of resources, ingredients that you need to build a house, your list might include the following. So complete the table below by placing each resource under the appropriate heading. So we know that wood's land, so you could either type here wood, or again you can just copy it out onto a piece of paper and write it down as so. Please make sure after you've done this you hand it into your teacher in the assignment area. Pause the video and start case studies part 1 and 2. Welcome back. At this point you will have done case studies 1 and 2. Don't worry, I'll go over the answers in the next video that I upload. We are now going to look at your second task of today. You're going to consider the items in the list carefully and answer the questions below. So you're going to pick 3 of these items that's on the screen, and you're going to note what the factors of production would be for each item. So for example, I'm thinking about chocolate. For chocolate, my factors of production for land could possibly be the cocoa beans, milk, sugar, a land for my factory. Labour could include the employees to work the machines. Maybe I need employees to wrap the chocolate, pick the cocoa beans, that sort of thing. For capital, I've got machines, To make the chocolate and wrappers, I've got cutters to maybe make the bars of chocolate and a van to deliver my chocolate. And then for enterprise, it's just simply me, the entrepreneur with the idea. So pause this video again and do task 2. By this point, you will have completed tasks 1 and 2, so we're just going to round up what we've learned today and finish it off with some exam style questions. So hopefully you can now describe the 4 factors of production, you understand how the factors of production combine together to produce a business, and you understand that entrepreneurs take risks to combine the factors of production. What I would like you to do now is to complete these exam style questions. So I've got 2 here, and these are from past papers. You have the first one that is identify the 4 factors of production, and it's worth 4 marks. And then your second one is describe 3 of the factors of production. Now for some of you, you've never looked at command words before, so these are called command words. Don't worry, we'll look at them next lesson. But just to give you a hint for these 2, identify just simply means to state, so you get away with one-worded answers, whereas describe needs something that's a wee bit more in-depth, like you're describing to me what each of these factors of productions are. Once you have written down these exam style questions, please upload to the 3rd assignment tab, and that is you finished for the week. Thank you very much, and I will see you next lesson.